Hello. It is Friday, July 23rd. I'm smoking Peterson Sherlock Holmes. Just got to talk about the Red Sox and the Yankees game last night. It was a Little League game. I know there were professional baseball players out there on the field, professional managers in the dugouts, professional coaches. It was a Little League game. A lot of bad baseball at Fenway Park last night, and honestly, both teams deserve to lose, I think, multiple times over. Much will be made out of the 10th inning, as it should be. In the bottom of the 10th, which was pitched by Brooks Kriske, it'll go down as one of the worst half innings ever pitched in a major league game. I think it will. He didn't allow a hit, which is part of the problem, because he didn't have to. Kriske threw 4 wild pitches. The first 2 allowed the Manfred runner, I guess we're calling him. The Manfred runner was Rafael Devers, the guy on second, the automatic runner on second base. Allowed him to score. And then the next 2 allowed Xander Bogaerts to move from first all the way to third for free, without recording an out. Kriske did strike out JD Martinez for the first out. I'll give him credit for that. It's the first out of the inning. So here's the situation then. The runner on third with 1 out. There's been 4 wild pitches. Hunter Renfroe and Christian Vasquez are due up next for the Red Sox. So, what's the plan, right? What's the plan? Do you intentionally walk Renfroe and try to set up the double play with Christian Vasquez, who doesn't run very fast? Or do you intentionally walk both Hunter Renfroe and Christian Vasquez and try to get to Alex Verdugo, who has been hitting a lot of ground balls lately? Both of those would have been reasonable things to think, but no. The plan, apparently, was to let Kriske try to strike Hunter Renfroe out. It did not work. It didn't even close to work. Renfroe got a fastball, hit a sacrifice fly. Xander Bogaerts scored easily. Ball game. The Yankees managed to blow the lead in the game without allowing a single hit in the inning. That's Little League baseball. And the Yankees fans right now are rightfully upset at Aaron Boone for asking Kriske to pitch to Renfroe. It was a horrible decision. It was horrible. With two bases, let me adjust my notes here. With 2 bases open and the winning run on third, with 1 out, the run that Renfroe represented at the plate did not matter at all. It didn't matter. All he had to do was put the ball in play and the game was over. If this was one of Boone's better relief pitchers, like if this was anybody, honestly, besides Brooks Kriske, if this was a better relief pitcher, I would kind of understand, but it was Brooks Kriske, who entered the game with an ERA over 10 and had already thrown 4 wild pitches in the inning. Doesn't make any sense. Just keeps going out on me. If the Yankees had walked Renfroe and then Vasquez had walked it off, that would have been one thing. would have been disappointing, but it wouldn't have been a bad managerial decision. You know, it would have been the Red Sox hitter beating the Yankees pitcher. But it was a bad decision, and this was a Little League game, so, you know. I completely understand why everybody's mad at Aaron Boone right now. I've been pretty forgiving of Aaron Boone for a lot of this year. As a Red Sox fan, I've kind of loved the Yankees this year because of how disappointing they've been, but honestly, I think a lot of it is not Boone's fault, but this is definitely at least 75% on Aaron Boone. You know, like, you can't do that. That's bad. That's very bad. So now let's go back to the bottom of the 9th inning. With 2 outs, Alex Verdugo on second and Jarren Duran on first. Chad Green is pitching. He needs 1 more out to end the game with a 3-1 victory. Kike Hernandez was at bat. Green left a fastball low and over the middle, and Hernandez crushed it into the gap. The ball bounced off the monster. Verdugo and Duran both scored. Tie ball game, blown save. Now, there are a couple things to pick on here. I'll start with the pitch, right? Kike Hernandez has absolutely demolished fastballs this season, especially over the past few games. High, low, inside, outside, it does not matter. The dude rakes against fastballs. So why would you throw him a fastball in a high leverage situation? You know, if he beats your breaking ball, he beat you. But if you throw him a fastball and he beats that, then you let him beat you. You know he hits fastballs. He's a fastball hitter. This isn't like in the 10th. This isn't really on Boone. I understand that the Yankees needed to pitch to Kike because if they walk him, they would have set up the left-handed, righty-killing Rafi Devers, who is 3rd in the major leagues in RBIs. You know, I get the choice to pitch to Kike. I just don't get the choice of pitch. I'm not complaining. I don't get it. It's a bad pitch selection. Whoops. It's not good baseball. Oh, breeze there. Reset this. There is something else on this play I don't see anybody talking about. Mostly people are talking about Chad Green, but I want to mention it. Did anybody else see that Brett Gardner completely gave up on trying to catch that ball? He was like 6 inches away from it, if that. He's just kind of jogging over there like the game isn't over if he catches the ball. Nobody even bothered to try and throw Jarren Duran out. He scored easily from first base on a 100-mile-per-hour scorcher to left field. You know, I get that Duran is fast. You know, he was pinch running for Bobby Dahlbeck, which we'll get to in a minute. But they could have at least tried. I think if the Yankees have even an average defensive player out there in left field last night, they win the game. But they didn't. Because this is a Little League game. Now let's go back to the bottom of the 7th. And this play really pisses me off. There are 2 outs. Alex Verdugo has just scored to tie the game by beating out a throw from... It was a ball that was not hit that far. He beat out the throw, made a great slide at home plate. Tie game. And you can feel the momentum starting to shift in the Red Sox favor after they haven't had any all game. You know, Bobby Dahlbeck is now on second base. I can't remember exactly who was on first. I think it was Michael Chavis, but it doesn't really matter. The first base runner is not really important to the play. Rafi Devers is at the plate. He hits a slow dribbler over to the right side of the infield. I think they had Rougned Odor playing second. He didn't have a play at either second or first. The Red Sox got a gift from the baseball gods there, and everyone was safe. But wait, here comes Bobby Dahlbeck trying to score from second base. Odor threw him out by like 2 feet. Inning over. Why? I don't understand why this happened. You know, the ball was practically in Odor's glove by the time Dahlbeck was rounding third. There was never a chance. There was never even close to being a chance. Why would they try and score Bobby Dahlbeck from second? You know, especially in that situation. They would have had the bases loaded and 2 outs for... let me consult my notes here. Hold on a minute. Who would have been at the plate? Oh, yeah. Xander Bogaerts. You know, the guy who was hitting .337 with a .401 on-base percentage at Fenway Park this year. Your all-star shortstop. Arguably the best player on your team. 100% the guy you want in that situation with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And I can already hear, well, Xander Bogaerts came up short in that situation in the third. So why should they have trusted him again? I'll tell you why. Because A, his out in the third, that was a good at-bat. It was a well-hit line drive. It was just right at Gleyber Torres. It's not like he had a bad at-bat or didn't put a good swing on the ball. It's not like he choked. He just got unlucky. It happens. And B, he's Xander Bogaerts. He's your best player, arguably. Who else would you want at the plate in that situation with the bases loaded? Is there anybody on the Red Sox who's been more consistent over the course of this whole season? You could maybe say a couple guys, maybe Devers, maybe JD Martinez. I don't think so. He didn't even get a chance. It's not like Bobby Dahlbeck is some speed demon either. You know, he's not prime Billy Hamilton. He's not Tim LeCastro. He's not Trey Turner or any of these super fast guys. Even if he was, it still would have been stupid to send him. The ball had barely left the infield. It was in Odor's glove by the time he was rounding third. What was the plan? Try to catch him napping? I don't get it. There's a reason they pinch ran for Bobby in the ninth. He's not that fast. If it's a force at home, I get it. You know, let's just throw out a random player here. If it's Bobby Dahlbeck due up, I get it. Because Bobby hasn't been that consistent at the plate this year. He's not the guy you want in a high leverage scenario. You know who is? Xander Bogaerts. This was a terrible decision. It's terrible. A terrible play that will get lost. I mean, kind of fortunately for Red Sox fans, it'll get lost amongst the worst plays that would end up happening later. This was a Little League game. There were some other things that really bothered me. Aaron Boone's decision to pull Jordan Montgomery against JD Martinez in the 6th really confused me, because JD Martinez just straight up cannot hit Jordan Montgomery at all. I think after this game, he's like 1 for 17 or 16 or something like that against him. That didn't make any sense to me. The Red Sox failing to score in the third was pretty bad, but like I said, it was mostly bad luck. But still, you want to score in that situation in the third. You know, you want that run to come across, but it was pretty embarrassing how bad they let the field get before the rain delay. You know, there was that hit that just kind of stuck in the mud, and I think it was Devers, maybe it was Bogaerts, one of those two guys, didn't have a play on it because the field was just so sloppy. They should have called the game. They should have had the rain delay well before that, but that was pretty bad. It was sloppy. This was an extremely frustrating game to watch. I know the Red Sox can play better than this. They made Jordan Montgomery look like a bona fide ace last night. And for their part, the Yankees could barely scrape together any offense against Tanner Houck. Dang. I'll just hold it. This was a close game. It was an exciting game. It was not a good game. So far, the difference, though, between the Red Sox and the Yankees this year is that the Red Sox find a way to win these bad games somehow, and the Yankees keep on finding ways to lose them. So I'm glad the Red Sox won, but I'm hoping for a better game tonight. I'm hoping for a major league caliber game tonight. Garrett Cole is on the mound for the Yankees. Erod is on for the Red Sox. I'd love to chase Cole early, like the last time he played at Fenway, but we'll see. I'm just hoping for a major league game. Go Red Sox.